Hi, I'm Kay from Kay Wears Wigs on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Join me there if you haven't done so already. Today, I want to review this beautiful style called Birkin by BelleTress from the Icons collection in the color Buttercake Blonde-R. Let's start with this color. So the color code for Buttercake Blonde-R is 102388 and a root of 8, and it is described as a neutral to warm blend combining tones of light brown, which is your 10, medium ash blonde, which is your 23, and lightest blonde, which is your 88, and the root has the color 8, so I would say that's a medium brown root, and it's really beautifully done. Very natural. So I really like this blonde. I think it's very natural blonde. It's not overly shouting, look at me, but it's equally not one that just blends in the background. So I think it's a great mix of being a lovely neutral to warm blonde, I would say. It's just beautiful. Here's the color outside, so hopefully that will give you a good idea of what this color looks like outside in the natural light. It was a little bit windy when I filmed outside, but hopefully you still can see what it looks like in the natural light. Indoors, I do not have any artificial lights on at all. So let's talk about Birkin. As you can see, it's a longer style and it has layers, which is right up my street. I love a longer layered style, especially with these face framing layers. Please bear in mind that I do have a long face and a long neck. So on me, wigs look shorter than they might on you. So please check out the measurements on yourself, so where this would fall. My face is 8.5 inches, maybe slightly over, and my neck is about 4.5 inches, something like that, just to give you a reference. So on you, this might look longer. But on me, it's a lovely face framing layers here. Layers all around. Which is just a beautiful style. So I think because of the layers, it gives it a little bit of a modern twist to a quite classic style, I would say. So it's a great mixture of classic and modern. Birkin comes with an amazing cap constructions. It has a mainly hand-tied cap, an extended lace front, and a double mono top. And I will show you the cap construction in a minute, but let's look at this lace front. It's beautiful. It runs all the way, not just into the ear tabs, but right to the end of it. And the ear tabs are either polyurethane or silicone. So they are actually really thin. So you don't get the bulk that you sometimes can get. So really flat looking, but really natural hairline. The mono top, really well done. And it was really easy to open up the part and move the part. I moved it slightly off center. I didn't need my water bottle or anything to move the part, but if you do have trouble, just use a bit of water, use your comb, and then it should move it easier, and then maybe use a little bit of heat to set that part, because sometimes it's quite normal that the fibers want to spring back to how they laid in the box for a while. So that's quite a natural thing. But sometimes, like with this piece, you can change it easily. So it just completely depends on what the fibers want to do. Fit, straight out of the box, it fits my 21.5-inch circumference really well. There is a little bit of gapping, not much. There is room to tighten it, and there's a little bit of room to widen it. So I think it would fit a 22-inch. It would fit a smaller circumference than mine, so it will fit a range of head sizes. Bearing in mind that there is a little bit of gapping and there's a little bit, just a little bit, of stretch in the cap as well. So let's look at the cap construction. We have a double monofilament top. Then we have a very extended lace front, so that runs into the ear tabs and right to the end of it. So that gives you a really natural hairline all the way down to the ears. You have really flat ear tabs, so they sit really flush to your head so you don't get that kind of bulk right here. And they have metal stays in them so you can bend them to your shape. You have a mainly hand-tied cap, and you have a few rows of covered wefts. That just gives you some stability so you don't have a bunching problem here at the back. And then you have an extended nape with Velcro adjusters. And there is a little bit of stretch in this cap, mainly this way rather than that way, but there's still a little bit. Just something to note. And look how natural this part looks. Density, I hope you can see, this is, in my opinion, a low density piece. Permatease wise, there's nothing on the top here at all because this is where it's all hand tied. Where the wefts are, there might be a tiny bit more like tease rather than permatease, but it's nothing big and nothing that you would really feel either. I think hopefully you can see this looks really natural, flat to the head. A very natural look in my personal opinion. Fibers, these are heat-friendly fibers, as we are used to from BelleTress really, and I've been out in the very strong wind with this, and quite promising, not much tangling yet. It's a longer piece, it will need maintenance. Please bear that in mind when you go for heat-friendly fibers. Have your wide tooth comb with you, and every now and then just comb very carefully any kind of tangling out, so you just keep them from tangling as much as possible. Maybe use some silicone spray before you go out as well. And then as soon as you see a little bit of frizz, please add the heat to it. I add some water and then I add the heat to it, and then there will be a bit of sizzling, but it will help making it all smooth again. Another option, what I like to do is move all the fibers to the front, so you have minimized the chance of tangling at the back. It will still happen a little bit, but not quite as much. Recently, with my longer pieces, what I quite like doing now is just put it into bunches like this, and either plait it or just have it like this. And I think it's really adorable. And also, again, gives you the option of being a bit more active rather than worrying about what your hair will do, if it will tangle, etc. But straight out of the box, as we are used to from BelleTress, these fibers feel lovely and soft. They're, you know, they're just lovely, and there's no artificial shine here, which for a blonde it's lovely. I don't need to put any dry shampoo, etc. on it. Styling options. Now it's a longer piece with heat-friendly fibers, so you could straighten it out a little bit more if you wanted to. Every now and then you can see that some of these have a little bit of a curve. If you don't like that, and make it a bit more edgy if you like, you can really straighten it out properly. Otherwise, obviously it is long enough for a pony, and I would probably take out these front pieces because they're so cute. And then you have this look. Side pony, another option. So you could have it like this, or you can bunch it up into like so. Another really cute look. As I said before, you can have this kind of look with two ponytails like so, or you can plait these. Tucking is not a problem, one side or both sides. You could move back the front layers like so. Because you have that lace front, you can pull it off your face without a problem. Half up, half down. So I think these front layers then will fall out. Not a problem for me. I like this look, but you can definitely have a half up, half down. So there are quite a few styling options here for Birkin, but just having it down like this is just a beautiful piece. So tell me what you think of Birkin. The link to this piece will be down below in the description box. Have a wonderful day, and I hope I see you very soon. Bye.